What is up, everybody? I'm NoLuxGiven, back with some more Hearthstone Battlegrounds, and I think some new anomalies just dropped. And I'm playing this game with How to Even as the Lich King here with Reborn Rights. The other option was Jandis, but I feel like Lich King has some reasonable synergy. I'm going to start with Nerubian Death Swarmer, but I'm going to lock onto the Eternal Knight here because I think it's a reasonable enough character to latch onto here for the early game because it's good with the Reborn Rights. And I just quickly hit the record button. I did not realize there were new anomalies in the tavern here. So we'll see how things go. I think that the bomber guy that was there might have also been a reasonable pickup to Reborn Rights. Didn't really consider that. I was just briefly thinking, like, what are some good things on level 4? And Lich King works well with Dancing Barnstormer and a noob. So both of those seem like pretty good routes to go. And then as we look at tier 6, we've got Motley Falnax. No beast to go super crazy with that, but we do have Motley Falnax. And then, yeah, I don't know. It really seems like the main thing to take advantage of is going to be a noob in this lobby. So that is kind of the plan and why I've started to pick up some undead characters already. This turn I could cycle out the Nerubian to either level up. It's interesting, it's a whole different econ here, but we can still level up, and that's a level up to tier 4, so that's kind of crazy. I mean, this would be interesting. We are taking more damage than normal, but I think just leveling up to tier 4 as soon as possible and adding a noob and Dancing Barnstormer to these lobbies is going to be powerful. Carbonic Copy will also be a reasonable thing to give Reborn down the line. What else do we got here? I was just playing Battlegrounds kind of casually. I knew there was an update coming, and I think that the update may be in the game. So no, I don't think that it's happened yet because I think the update is set to remove Amalgadon. Not that tier 7 is at play in this game, but I think Amalgadon is on its way out. So the new update isn't fully here, but we do have at least an anomaly that I haven't seen yet. So I have to believe that How to Even is a brand new anomaly for this week, and what a fantastic tier 4 pickup there. Double a noob. That has got to be one of the better starts that you can have to a game, is double a noob as the Lich King on turn 4. Tavern tier 4 on turn 4. What is the what's the title and thumbnail going to be? Most people either leveling up this turn. I think we're going to see a lot of people level up next turn. But I don't know. I mean, it seems like just skipping right to 4 and grabbing the good things before everybody else does is pretty good. So from here, I don't know. There's nothing that like particularly sticks out to me. I think now I just get to play a really strong tempo game and kind of take over. I mean, I'm going to take some damages to kick things off, but we're very quickly going to get back in it with some big power here after taking 6 maybe for 1 or 2 combats. Oh, I just realized
battle. Pick yourself back.
We've had no sound this entire time. Apologies for that. Do get to weave in 1 roll here, so I'll pick up a Scarlet Skull, do a little Scarlet roll, and then I'll just pick up another Eternal Knight. I think it's enough bigger than a Corpse Refiner that I want it. These turns are going like really, really quickly. I could maybe take a little bit more time thinking over some of these decisions. But I mean, if we're being honest, what real decisions have we had this game other than like the choice to level up to Tavern Tier 4? Most of these, and I think the turn 1 and turn 2 plays, but those ones I was rushed for a different reason. I was rushing to start off the recording and catch y'all up because I was kind of caught off guard by a brand new anomaly. Didn't even read the second half of this. Triple rewards, discover a minion of your tier. That makes a lot of sense. Otherwise, you would triple and then you would find odd things, and that would be very odd. And we only know how to even with this going on. That's a pretty decent hit for me, and looks like 90% to win. We are going to find that. Cool. And I have to imagine this board is just getting better and better for us as we are really, really scaling. We're giving +3 attack on our undeads every turn, and that just got even crazier. Now we're giving +4 attack, at least, on our undeads every turn. Potentially more. We'll see what our Discover rewards are here. Soul Splitter, that's just going to be really great tempo as well. And this card's going to be a little bit awkward, because now it might be less likely to die. Excuse me. I'm going to just pick up Wildfire Elemental, probably roll it down here. Yeah. And then Reborn Rites. Elise would also give you things of your own tier. So at some point, I'm going to want to hit 6 and add some Eternal Summoners to this board, but I might even be interested in like double Soul Splitter or something crazy like that. Just because I feel like that's going to be the real value. There's no handless, so Soul Splitter... Actually, because there's no handless, Soul Splitter doesn't really even do that much. I'll just lock onto this Scarlet Skull. That seems fine.
Have a good battle, friend.
The main use of Soul Splitter seems to be if I accidentally forget to use my Reborn Rites on a noob. Even with less minions, I'm finding 99% chance to win. I guess that's just because things attack into Eternal Night and it survives. So maybe the Eternal Night triple is doing fine for me. That's really good if it goes there. It doesn't. But yeah, this thing's just too tiny. And then this reborns and is able to survive again. Alright. Fair enough. I'm not going to question it. We are getting some 99%ers.
Your minions really pulled down.
And I'm just going to continue to pick up Undeads. I can't really see any crazy reasons to pivot from that. Oh, Seaborn Summoner could be an interesting pickup as well. Thing is, I'm out of cash this turn. I could sell off the Wildfire Elemental to buy something. But this is also good and gives good incentive to level up. I think the main reason, by the way, to level up right now is to just really put the pressure on people and start smacking them around for 15s. Sure, I'll grab this just to not waste my gold for the turn.
You face the sea.
And let's see what we get. A triple for Scarlet Skull, so I could level up, triple the Scarlet Skull. And then I've got 2 potentials to find Sister Death Whisper and Eternal Summoner. That seems like a good enough use of next turn. I say 2 possibles because I'm also going to use Seaborn Summoner. So that gives me reasonable odds to find more undead. There's not that many undead. Like, you look at tier 4, there's only 2 undead. You look at tier 2, there's only 3 undead. Oh no, there's Corpse Refiner as well. Okay. So Corpse Refiner might gunk up the pool a little bit. 100% to win though, feeling good. I wouldn't hate building out a second Anub, but I don't think it's necessary. Here's where the Eternal Knight gets awkward, because I want to keep it last so that way it can get all of the Scarlet Skulls on it. But that means Eternal Knight is now no longer growing. So Eternal Knight's probably the first thing to get cut.
Your minions really
If we can find anything better here.
Now we're in business.
Let's see what this gives me first. Another Eternal Knight. Don't love it, but might still wind up picking it up.
It's good to get some minions.
Let's see what this gives me. Nope, that's a sister. So now I don't need the Eternal Knight on the board. Could still take it, throwing out Seaborn Summoner to throw in Sister Death Whisper. Could also just roll. Yeah, let's roll, because I could still sell out of both of these two things here. Now I find Nerubian for a turn, or Corpse Refiner, which probably pays for itself. So it's like a reasonable way to bank the gold. I think I'm actually just going to roll again, and I like Eternal Summoner, so gonna lock onto that one for sure. And this gives me one more turn to make use of Seaborn Summoner here too. I would still definitely love to find more Soul Splitters. I'm just now realizing this is an undead, so you can give it Reborn pretty easily. And it's a demon, and it's a beast, it's everything. It's pretty cool. So there's like maybe a fun menagerie comp with that I haven't fully realized yet. 100% win rate. Feels pretty good. Sister Death Whisper will get some nice scaling off. Actually, not even that much, but it's scaling itself. I think that's the most important thing. And I think I'm going to keep around the Seaborn Summoner for a turn, too, just because I like how Sister Death Whisper... I want to find more Sister Death Whispers. I find a noob. I am going to grab that, in fact. And another Soul Splitter. Love it. So if I want to play all three of these things, I actually am going to cut Seaborn Summoner. So let's roll. Let's roll. And unfortunately, I think I'm also cutting Eternal Knight. Oh, the Phalanx also... Phalanx? Phalanx. Also scales off of Undeads. Of course it does. Cool. Okay. So my entire board will be reborn here. That is pretty powerful. And yeah, I think I definitely even. I'm glad that I pressed record real quick. This is looking like a really, really short video. Maybe I will, because I know that there's an odd anomaly too. Maybe I can find that one. And there's one other new anomaly this week. I mean, I'm not trying to count my chickens just yet. I know the game isn't quite over. But this is a really, really fantastic, we'll say, start to the game. Even though I'm only 4 streaking here. Probably have the biggest streak of the lobby, though. Indeed, indeed.
I think you can win this thing.
Oh, I think that's because I got a tie, right? Okay, here's another player trying to do what I'm doing, but worse, right? I'm 100% to win. I've got the Eternal Summoner. They also have the Eternal Summoner. Oh, and they scammed me. I got scammed. I am just scaling so much more impressively than the rest of this lobby, though, or than this opponent. But it doesn't really matter, because outside of the Sister Death Whisper giving additional health, like, how much you scale doesn't really matter if everything just winds up trading 1 for 1. There goes the sister. I guess there is also Eternal Knights scaling. But my Eternal Knights, I think, are just about as big. Hit them for 12 down to 12. That is a start. The fact that everybody's trying to do the exact same thing definitely points to me heading in the right direction. Tempted to... Oh, wow, this thing got big. This thing scaled quite large. I'm tempted to pick up both of these Death Swarmers, but I think it's a waste of gold. I think I want to triple sister.
Hire one of these recruits.
A noob, somewhat tempting too. But I think a noob's the next thing cut. Soul Splitter would be great, just because I want to find the Soul Splitters before the rest of this lobby does. But if that's where we leave it, that's where we leave it. Again, I could cut the Scarlet Skull. Is this player also on Undead? No, they're on Mechs. This player's also on Undead, though. Definitely be a popular strategy. I'm tempted to cut the Scarlet Skull for the Eternal Summoner, just so that way, like, these things can potentially get the scaling off the Sister Death Whisper. But I don't think it's worth doing it this turn. I'll probably wind up doing it next turn, or if I can triple the Soul Splitter, then I'll just have a 7th character at the ready to play. Because I don't really want to have to play down a character either. Okay, Foe Reaper is a meaningful contribution. Just hopefully it doesn't scam the Summoner. In fact, it does. Oh, and it had Wind Fury. Okay, that was a pretty big hit then. Top of the screen still showing me 100% to win. We'll see if that holds true. Yeah, it's gotta hold true, because they're not even clearing my guys. Their things are too small. My Anoob's not even gonna die. That's awkward. Awkward for me and awkward for them. If I find a second sister, I could cut a noob for a second sister, just because then they'll scale each other nicely. We are now into the top 4.
Your minions really pulled their weight.
Let's roll. I'm going to roll past a noob. Like I said, I think that thing is next out. There's the Soul Splitter, though. So let's pick up that. Hopefully looking to hit Sister here. So Elemental of Surprise we can then use to triple with the Phalanx. And that probably makes it a meaningful enough pickup. Otherwise, we take Discover and Naga and just use the Econ to roll twice. I'm fine with that too. I'm never going to triple a Phalanx, or whatever the heck that thing is called. Take this. And did we find anything? No. But Taunt for both of the Anoobs I think is actually fine. Let's put it on a Noob and Soul Splitter. This just makes it harder for me to get scammed. Could have put that on Sister as well. But basically I'm just trying to play around swipe effects here. Okay, they've got a Sindore straight shot. Smart play by my opponent here. Because my entire board has Reborn. Still 99% to win, even with this entire setup. Attacking first was good. That means they could go here, potentially. No, they're still going to scam an Eternal Summoner. No way around it. Eternal Summoner just be getting scammed. Yeah, but just the rest of my board is so huge that it's... Like, the fact that this can take a hit and survive is just crazy. That does not feel fair. And I am going to have to battle through these Merguls, but they're my opponent's last 2 characters, so I'll just trade 2 for 1 with both of them. And that will leave me with 3 summons still to my opponent's 0. So I still have this Eternal Summoner left, so we'll hit my opponent for 18, down to 12. A familiar number to go down to. Shouldn't be too hard to take people out from 12, but it's going to be my job to do it. Both of my opponents I have brought down to 12 here, and now it is time to take them out. So I think Sindori Straight Shot is going to be good against both of these opponents. I will just look for that. Swipers could be swiping. I don't hate Soul Splitter, but I don't need it. I have my hero power. I'm literally over... Like, the only reason to take Soul Splitter is to deny it from my opponents. It's not worth my gold. Oh, I just realized these two are... I'm up against the Ghost. They're battling each other right now, so they're really going to make me put in a lot of work this game, because they're not going to take each other out either. They are both Tavern Tier 6, which means it's potentially close to happening. This is just going to be a roll down for me. Oh, there it is. Awesome. Almost missed that one. And that's it. Now, I don't know... Oh, I could give this Reborn. That's really interesting. I could give this Reborn cutting a noob, and then my Soul Splitter will still hit these other 2 things. Yeah, that's really funny. Alright, my opponent is going to get a free swipe onto my Eternal Summoners. Oh, I'm up against the Ghost right now, that's right. Probably done with Sister Death Whisper scaling at this point. Are we in the finals? That is the interesting question. And will Sindori Straight Shot with the Reborn get to go all the way? Did they trade? Wow, they tied. That is... Okay, it's all up to me.
Better hire a recruit while you can.
I also have the opportunity to make this a 15-15. I don't think that that's super helpful. It's somewhat helpful to pump it up, though. That means I have to cut my Anoobs, but my Anoobs aren't doing anything at this point. All right, let's cut them. I can roll a little bit more. Let's see if I can find, like, anything else better. These are all just Undeads. Okay. A Faux Reaper. I could also make a Faux Reaper up to 15. That's kind of interesting. Because Faux Reaper does seem like it could do a lot of work here. But I think I'm just in for the Sindori Straight Shot. Maybe I wanted to triple...
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
A Selfless Hero?
For justice!
Nothing scares me. Except you.
This is interesting. We'll see how this goes. I feel like a tripled Selfless Hero is an interesting way to get additional value here. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. 99% to win with really decent odds to find a lethal after that point as well. And then Sindori comes back, takes out some more Reborns. No, it doesn't take out any Reborns there. It's a little bit awkward. Soul Splitter still doing some reasonable work, though. despite all of that. So this is probably a win and a kill. I do kind of have to hang on to Sister, but I can hang on to the Reborn Sister as well. I don't know, this is looking super, super close. Wait, aren't I losing this? No. I'm winning, but not killing. Drat. Only hitting my opponent for 8 there. A little bit of a bummer, but I think that looking for the tripled up Selfless Hero and then giving that Reborn is potentially going to be an answer here. Sure. Sister would be great. Anything else is kind of a miss. Might just grab Corpse Refiner. Let's see what we get off of this. Because I don't really have additional econ to continue to roll here. Yeah, so let's just grab Corpse Refiner for the turn. It'll get Reborn, so I'm not worried about that. I'm going to give this Reborn, and then I'm just going to give Sister Stealth. So now I'm not going for the full Sindore Reborn, which could be a mistake. I might even want to do this now, so that way Sindore can get a little bit of extra value before it gets... Or Soul Splitter can get an additional value before it gets straight shotted. Yeah, which I had to imagine my opponent was going to lead with here. Taking out my opponent's taunt effect is also good. Yeah, well played by me there, I believe. Okay, take out my Corpse Refiner. A little bit annoying, but I take out one of their Eternal Summoners. And then I get some Divine Shields coming around. Take out one of their Venomouses, which I don't think matters, and actually only 42% to win this one. How is this going to come across? These Murgles are actually looking pretty solid at this stage of the game. Got Sister on my side, but it's not looking like it's enough. Oh, it just barely is. Wow. Okay. A top. Sure, these are going to be some tough fights. That's why, yes, Selfless Hero tripled up, I think, is actually a pretty real...
Welcome back. How's it going out there?
Expectation here,
Hire a recruit while you
or
can.
not expectation, but pretty real game plan. There's another Sister. I feel like that should be a pickup here. Yeah, it's going to be. Wow, and I get the Selfless Hero triple too. I'll grab it, because the triple reward could give me a third
Exactly
Sister.
what you were looking for.
Nothing.
It's good to get some minions in play.
Do I get the triple Sisters? No, but Murgle is now back on the table. It's probably just worth it. One, two, 3, 4. Yeah, I'll put Murgle somewhat towards the front here. It's actually going to always have Reborn. I'll just, whatever, it doesn't matter. Alright. Oh! Wait. Okay, wait, that must just be a visual update or something. That Terran either conceded or died to the ghost. Something happened there. Can't imagine anybody's dying to the ghost at this stage. Then I get to spread around my divine shields. This almost needs to go first. No, it only gives 2 divine shields, so it's actually perfect right where it's at. Sure, let's go with that. Alright, I'll say it's perfect right where it's at. Murgul's good. It starts with the free... starts with the free activation.
Keep up the pressure.
Yeah, we'll keep it all as is, I think. Soul Splitter lead. Not sure if I would want more Sindores. Could cut this, but that feels like I'm opening myself up in an awkward way. This can still gain Reborn if it loses Reborn. I think I just want to do this, roll for the Sister Triple.
Better hire a recruit while you can.
Potentially picking up a Murgul if given that offer. Otherwise, just rolling it down. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's see how we did. Again, like 4 things in front of this, 4 things after this. That all feels like pretty good placement. The Eternal Summoner might even be worse for the triple. But I'm definitely not cutting Scarlet Skull because that leaves one of these not as a Reborn. I would cut Scarlet Skull for another Eternal Summoner though, but it does have a lot of Sister Death Whisper pumping on it. So maybe I don't want to do that either. Yeah, it's perfect. Let's send it. We have not lost in a minute. We are 10 streaking now on turn 16, so we've been hot for a second. My opponent with double Eternal Summoner and a Relentless Murgul. Let's see who's going to wind up on top. They take out my Divine Shield, which I don't think really matters. I'm attacking the one thing that doesn't have Reborn there. That is kind of a bummer. But now I'm going to give my entire team Divine Shields. Let's see how that goes for me. %71% to win, where I'm 50-50 to find lethal. Surprisingly though, it doesn't exactly feel like I've gotten there. Alright, I passed the Murgul attack, which is the strong thing about giving that Divine Shield. Now it has time to reset again, which my opponents won't have as much opportunity to do, though I'm not going to find it either, and it looks like I'm actually going to find myself losing. Just barely. No. This is a loss. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is a loss. I take 12, now down to 14. I can still afford to lose another one of these, but now I actually can take lethal in some scenarios. I think it's still pretty unlikely that I take lethal, but I don't want to sell my opponent short here. Yeah, I'm almost thinking I need to replace this and /or potentially this with another Murgul, because that's where my opponent really got some extra value off on me. I could put in another Sindore, or I could reborn my current Sindore. I don't hate either of those.
Hire a recruit while you can.
Two more Scarlet Skulls, not exactly what I'm looking for. Alright, this is a power spike.
Go big or go home, I always say.
It's not incredible, but it's something. I'm still going to do that. I kind of do like Foe Reaper, as well. That might be something that I shift into getting out of Scarlet Skull.
Watch out.
But I do need to find a way to give this more stats, and with my opponent's Sister Death Whisper, it doesn't look like it actually is doing much here anyway, so let's abandon that plan. Alright, those were good hits for me. Didn't scam my Eternal Summoner, and we knew they were going to scam my Taunter. Okay, cool. We do get rid of a Reborn there. It's a Reborn they can get back, though, pretty easily. And then we're going to give this a Divine Shield, which I've already talked about how that's pretty cool. Then I have to take out their Murghul before they get too much more resets there. Awesome. Then I get mine back, which means it's now going to trade in with their other Murghul, which I didn't need to take out. 63% to win. 58% to kill my opponent here. It is looking good at the moment. And I think we are going to be able to find a kill here, because Sister comes back with only 21 attack, and my Eternal Summoner is able to survive a really crazy game, crazy finals there. I thought this was going to be a quick one. Turned into a 36-minute video as we battled it out with a zombie apocalypse there in the end. That's going to be the end for this video then. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lux Given. Peace.